Like, I mean, just like yesterday when we said Happy New Year to ourselves, and now we are, in the month of September, and we have, how many months left, to end 2024. But has 2024 been that year for you? When I say has it been that year for you, I mean, it actually comes with a number of questions. Has it been that, dream year, or that year where a lot, really happened to you? But hey, the year's still on, right? It hasn't come to an end yet. So God can actually do something. I mean, the dying minute, the God of, is it the 12th or the 11th hour? He is still very much alive. And just trust him, and believe him. And keep your fingers crossed. Hope for the best. I think that's all I can say this morning. So without saying too much, let's quickly, delve into, 10 things that you need to know for today being Thursday. Of course, so much is going on at the moment with a lot to take in. We understand that Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has filed fresh 16 count charges bordering on fraud against the former governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, before an FCT High Court. Now, the charges, which were filed by the federal government through counsels for the EFCC, Kemi Rotimi Oyedepo, both senior advocates of Nigeria, and the 7 other lawyers, also joined one Umar Shoaibu, Oricha, and Abdul Salam Hudu as defendants. Okay, the federal government has approved the increment of core members' monthly allowance from 33,000 to 77,000 naira, effective from July 2024. The increment was announced on Wednesday evening in a statement posted by the National Youth Service Corps on its official Facebook page. For a moment, I had to go check today's date again, because when you say effective from July 2024 and we're in the month of September, what exactly is going on? Why do we have to backdate, this kind of reviews? But anywho, congratulations to the National Youth Service Corps members in Nigeria, serving. Congratulations, Liami, from 33,000 naira to 77,000 naira. At this point in time, I wish I could just go back to, serve, my dear country again, because, hey, 70,000 naira is. Anyway, I mean, some people will come out to say that 77,000 naira is just, a drop, in the ocean. 77,000 naira is better than 33,000 naira. I think during my time, it was 17,500 naira, that we were paid as monthly allowee from the federal government. But again, they say the only thing constant in life is change, and a lot has actually, changed in recent times. So congratulations once again to the core members in the country at the moment. Moving on, the new Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN Justice Kudirat Kekereekun, has said there would be zero tolerance for corruption under her watch. All pre-election matters will terminate at the Court of Appeal. I have zero tolerance for corruption, she said. Okay. When we say in that regards, time will tell, all right? Now, the Academic Staff Union of Universities has issued a fresh 14-day ultimatum for the federal government to resolve lingering issues affecting lecturers. This is coming after the expiration of a 21 days ultimatum earlier by the union. And then the question, with regards to, embarking on strike, and as to whether or not that is the best way, to press some demands, that question comes to the fore again. But ASU, are we really ready for all of that drama? I really don't know. Moving on, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has expressed his readiness to reshuffle his cabinet. The president has also charged the ministers not to be media shy, but go out to publicize the activities of their ministries. Addressing a press conference at the State House in Abuja on Wednesday, Bayo Onanuga, special advisor to the president on information and strategy, lamented that so much is being done, but Nigerians are not aware. So whose fault is it? I think that would be the question. Is it the fault of the media? Are we underreporting, the activities of these ministries, or what exactly is going on? Because I know, of course, that at some point in time you get to invite these people, not just from these ministries, but those who should know, right? When you invite them to come appear on radio or TV, as it were, they will give you one or two excuses. Oh, I am busy, I can't make it, and whatnot. Do we really have to beg you to appear on radio or TV to bring people up to speed with whatever it is you're doing in your ministries or your agencies or departments? Anywho, that's, a conversation for another day. Now, the Minister of Interior, Olubimi Tunji Ojo, has directed an unconditional and comprehensive investigation into the allegations of bribery and corruption within the Nigerian Correctional Service. This was disclosed in the statement signed by Babatunde Alao on Wednesday in Abuja. All right. It looks like, a number of people are already, coming on board on the fight against corruption in Nigeria. But again, fighting corruption is not just a task, for the government, or the government of the day. Yeah, let me put it that way. Not just a task for our leaders. It's supposed to be a collective responsibility, right? When you see someone doing chua or scratch my back, I scratch your back. When you see someone, doing this, how do they call it now? It's a nepotistic, habit or attitude in a workplace or any parastatal or agency of government. Like, I know this person, quite all right that this person is not supposed to be in this position, but the person is there because the person who put him there is uncle or aunt, or grandfather or clergyman, from the village or from wherever. That is not supposed to, be the case. It should be on merit and competence. Now to other matters. At number 7, oil marketers are seeking to deal directly with the Dangote Petroleum Refinery instead of buying the company's premium oil spirit, popularly called petrol, from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited. Dealers under the aegis of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria and the Petroleum Products Retail Outlet Owners Association of Nigeria said they had commenced moves. Okay. We've got something to chew on even in the days to come. Now, the Federal Executive Council is proposing an amendment to the National Identity Management Commission Act number 23, 2007, to allow for foreigners living in the country to be issued the National Identification Number. The FEC on Wednesday also proposed the Economic Stabilization Bill to pave the way for the taxing of foreigners living and working in Nigeria. To tax them, yes, a step in the right direction. I mean, if you're living here and also working, or you own, some business or an organization, why not? You have to pay tax, right? But proposing an amendment to the National Identity Management Commission Act number 23, 2007, to allow for foreigners living in the country to be issued the NIN. Is that a step in the right direction? Anywho, I'll leave that for, Nigerians to call in much later to share your thoughts. Now, the Ogun State Police Command has begun an investigation into the alleged murder of 16-year-old Jamilu Lasisi in the Ebegba area of the Shagamu local government area of the state. Although the police said one suspect known as Alex Eziochukwu had been apprehended for the alleged murder of the teenager, it was learned on Wednesday evening that a probe to unravel the circumstances behind the incident had commenced. All right. And lastly, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on Tuesday arraigned a man, Bobby Williams. I mean, for a minute, I almost mistook that for Bob something, but it's actually Bobby Williams, before the Ikeja Special Offences Court for allegedly laundering. Oh my goodness, how many zeros do we have here? We're not talking about millions now, guys. We're talking about billions of naira. Williams was arraigned on 4 amended counts of money laundering and fraud brought against him by the EFCC. Again, that commission is all out for fraudsters, and those who are hell-bent on making corruption a mantra or a tradition for our dear country, Nigeria. So you better be very careful. Anywho, that's it for 10 things you need to know today, being Thursday, the 26th day in the month of September 2024. That being said, let's quickly take a look at the national dailies this morning to see what is trending, yes, for today. And by the way, a lot is actually trending, on X at the moment. A lot is trending. I really would not want to, talk too much about that, because I actually know that my colleagues would actually come on board later to talk about the X trends. But Nigeria, are we really catching cruise, or what exactly is all of this? Anywho, let's take a look at the Guardian newspaper. On the Guardian newspaper this morning, it looks like, the ministers, they just have to gear up and, brace up. I think that would be the right word to use. They need to brace up, because what is ahead seems to be very mighty. Knowing that the president had earlier assured Nigerians that he's going to fire, and hire if you're not, performing up to expectations. oh yeah, you're gonna be fired, and your replacement, come forth in a bit. Right, on the Guardian newspaper, shake up. Yes, there's about to be a shake up. 11 ministers, senior officials may go as Tinubu reshuffles cabinet. I take that again. Shake up. 11 ministers, senior official may go as Tinubu reshuffles cabinet. And you have a photo spread of, a number of the ministers right there. Yes, I'm not going to mention their names. And that's on page 6 this morning. That's going to be a good read for you. So grab a copy to get details of that. And then this one here says, court restrains PDP governors, NWC, BOT, others from dissolving pro-Wike excos in Rivers. Okay, that's on page 7. Disclose details of investigation. Dismissed female soldier challenges army. And that's on page 8 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. And then Bobrisky, yes, that is the kicker. Federal government orders probe of bribery scandal in, of course, the Correctional Service and also EFCC. All right, that's on page 5 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. After confirmation by Senate, CJN vows to sanitize judiciary. We're talking about, Ekun Kekere right there. And then that's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. Bello claims vendetta as EFCC slams 110 billion naira in fresh fraud charges. Bello. When we say Bello, we're talking about the former governor of Kogi State, by the way. Yahaya Bello claims vendetta as EFCC slams 110 billion naira in fresh fraud charges. That's on page 3 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. And the last one I'm going to be taking from the Guardian newspaper is that federal government denies interference in petrol pump price row. Yes, federal government denies interference in petrol pump price row. That's on page 4 of the Guardian newspaper this morning. I'll leave it there for the Guardian newspaper this morning. Let's quickly take a look at the Punch. The Punch isn't leading differently because it leads to its cabinet shakeup as the kicker. Tinubu demands 46 ministers fresh scorecards as lobby begins. Yes, 2 riders underneath that headline. The first one here says cabinet rejig will be based on ministers' performance. That is coming from the presidency now. And the second rider says political bigwigs, ministers intensify lobbying. All right, people don't run kitty kitty, they don't run kata kata, they don't fit drink water drop cup. It's about to be a movie, guys. So grab your a bowl of popcorn and, wait for how things will unfold in that regard. Anyway, that's on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And then Dangote Refinery, that is the kicker. Marketers plan direct petrol purchase. That's on page 19. Government mulls 30% TED fund allocation for student loan. That's on page 13 of the Punch newspaper this morning. Federal government proposes NIN and tax for foreigners. That's on page 13. And they're still on the Punch newspaper this morning. Kekere Ekun warns judges against corruption after Senate confirmation. Okay. That's on page 12. Bobrisky, that is the kicker. Minister orders alleged bribery probe. File an all-plan suit. That's on page 7. I tell you, a lot is going on Instagram and X at the moment. We have someone called VDM. That's the very dark man, spilling all the tea that we need to know. But are these facts? Anyways, fingers are crossed until proven so. So that's on page 7 of the Punch newspaper this morning. And then Edo poll marred by vote buying and also delay. NBA observers talking there. That's on page 30 of the Punch newspaper. Yahaya Bello, that is the kicker. EFCC files fresh 110 billion naira fraud charges. That's on page 13 of the Punch newspaper this morning. I'll leave it there for the Punch newspaper. Now let's quickly take a look at the Daily Trust newspaper. Well, the major headline on the Daily Trust newspaper is actually different from what we've seen on Punch. It leads with hardship as the kicker. Civil servants go to work twice a week. Now, this comes with about 3 or 4 riders underneath that headline. The first one here says, even feeding is difficult. Only Lagos, Ogun, Oshun approve off days. We pretend we don't know what's happening. This is coming from a director now. And then the last writer says it will lead to low productivity. Analyst talking there. That's on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Why Tinubu cannot intervene in Dangote NNPCL fuel price feud. Presidency talking right there. That's on the Daily Trust newspaper. And then MSMEs can't survive on current interest rate. Fidelity Bank MD is the one talking right. As a matter of fact, we're going to be having a candid conversation on the latest hike, in terms, when it comes to interest rate by the CBN. Really, what does that, mean for the economy and the man on the street? A number of bodies have actually come out to lambast and also to tongue lash the CBN, all the monetary policy committee for actually hiking the interest rate further, taking cognizance of the harsh economic reality on ground. But again, is this a move to tame inflation in the country? We're going to talk about that at 9 a.m. on Eagles Outlook. So sit back and I tell you, you've got no reason to touch the dial this beautiful Thursday morning. Right. Still staying with the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. Publish your investigation report. A discharged female soldier tells army. And then this one here is Kekere Ekun, confirmed as CJN, vows not to condone corruption. All right. 2009 agreement salaries. ASU gives federal government 14-day ultimatum. That's on page, I think this should be page 8 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And then lastly on the Daily Trust newspaper, Bobrisky, that is the kicker. Federal government probes allegation against prison CG. CG would mean Controller General, right? All right, I'll leave it there this morning for the Daily Trust newspaper. Well, the Vanguard newspaper is next. On the Vanguard newspaper this morning, panic in 11 states as release of water from Lagdo Dam begins. That's a page 5 read on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. It comes with 2 riders underneath the major headline. The first one here says, state active measures to mitigate impact of flooding, set up IDP camps. All right. And then the second one says confusion, what's this now? Confusion, tales of hardship as relocation order comes into effect as some communities refuse to obey. All right. Okay. Maybe those who have refused to obey, they are very good at swimming. So that's on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. 25 observer groups thumb down Edo election. This comes with 2 riders underneath the major headline. The first one here says Labour Party was rigged out. Reps caucus talking right there. And the second rider says Igbene Dion Okodua Obaseki is an ex-aide Hill governor-elect Okpebolo. That's on page 7 this morning of the Vanguard newspaper. This one here says Bobrisky in trouble again for allegedly bribing EFCC officials with 15 million naira. I mean, a number of names have actually been revealed as to, those who actually have some sort of connection or link to all of this, saga or controversy, if you like. But that's on page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. So do well to grab a copy to get the tea. Cabinet rejig to be based on minister's performance. Presidency talking there. That's on page 9. And then this one here says Tinubu won't interfere in Dangote NNPCL fuel price feud. That's on page 37. That's presidency talking right there. Catholic Church to Tinubu, speak out on fuel price controversy. Anyways, the president has come out to say that I'm not going to involve myself, so please leave me out of it. Okay? That's on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Federal government raises NYC members' allowance by 133% to 77,000 naira. And that's on page 32 of the Vanguard newspaper. I like to ring the bell again. This is about, the best time to serve, your dear country, Nigeria. That's if you think the 77,000 naira is enough, taking a look at the economic hardship on the ground. But anyways, one would say that it's better off compared to 33,000 naira that people were actually, paid before now. Right, and the last one here on the Vanguard newspaper is about October 1 protest. Oh, we have another protest coming up. Anyways, it looks like this one is actually bid for October 1, and is it says hashtag end bad governance, organizers propose virtual meeting with police. And right underneath it says, as rights groups take protest to Vanguard, seek release of detained protesters. That's on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper this morning. I'm afraid that's about the size of headlines I'll be taking from the national dailies today. It's not time for you to call in to share your thought with us. I mean, so much is going on at the moment. So much is happening with a lot to take in. President Bola Tinubu's cabinet is about to see some sort of shake-up, rejig if you like. And the ministers at this point in time, they are all on their feet or toes. Lobbying has already started, as we've been made to understand across the national dailies. You also take a look at the fresh, charges against the former governor of Kogi State, 110 billion naira. You also take a look at, the issues concerning corruption in the country and also the anti-corruption crusade. You also talk about the controversial cross-dresser Bobrisky, who was being alleged, to have paid EFCC 15 million naira. How about, the new CJN, Kekere Okon, who has actually vowed to tackle corruption, without mincing words? Should he actually, keep our fingers crossed and wait for time to tell? All right, go right ahead and call in this morning. Let's hear from you. What are your thoughts on these headlines? The number to call is 09087668888. I'll take that again, 09087668888 or 09073530044. You can send a voice note to the WhatsApp portal or a message, and the WhatsApp number is 0900997054450. Please, when you send a voice note, do well to state your name and location, and it must not exceed 1 minute 30 seconds. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, Igusefe.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Daniel calling from Kurudu.
All right, please go ahead.
Honestly, I want to talk about the military reshuffle. I want to call the president to immediately look into his economic team. I believe the Minister of Finance is the head of the economic team in this country. The economic policy coming up from that side is very, very harsh. Nigeria cannot survive. Nigeria cannot go to. Imagine a director complaining that people are not going to work. Imagine the unemployment in Nigeria. Imagine the people that are not expecting money in the month. Some of us that are doing businesses are totally down. I cannot do my business again. I cannot pay my shop rent again. I'm working from home. So I urge the president to do the needful. And I want to congratulate Nigeria. We are very, very resilient. Because the suffering in this country is beyond imagination. Honestly, the government should do something about it. Concerning corruption cases, we have agencies of government. If they are not doing their work, the president should reshuffle them. Nigerians are living in complaint every day. God help us. Thank you.
Amen. God help us. Thank you so much for your line of thought right there. Let's take this call. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, my sister.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
I'm King Kennedy, calling from Cairo.
All right, go ahead.
Thank you. I think if there is any person I have to salute especially this morning, is very dark man. He has been exposing a lot of things, and we got to know through him, through the voice message he released, that the EFCC, who are supposed to stand against corruption, allegedly, are defending corrupt people. So I just want to greet him, and I just want to say that he should just keep up the good work. We back him up. Now I'm talking about ministerial reshuffle. I think after sacking some of them, EFCC should investigate them, because in this administration we learned a lot of money had been borrowed, and the reason why these monies were borrowed was for the development of our country. And if you check, it looks as if we only have few ministries that are functioning well. And so after shaking it, they should investigate them very well. And I pray some of them will not have godfathers like the former governor of Kogi State, who we have his governor accompanying him there. Thank you. God bless every positive thing in Nigeria.
Thank you very much. I think the prayer should be God bless every Nigerian. All right, because I mean there is hunger in the land, so some people are not really thinking straight at the moment. But anyways, King Kennedy, thank you so much for your line of thought right there, and also giving accolades to Very Dark Man. I mean, we don't even have records of a Very Dark Man being an investigator, like a professional or certified investigator. But anywho, he's been actually giving Nigerians, a run for their money in recent times. And, with what he has actually spilled on Instagram lately, that is more like an expose talking about the corruption, going on in the country. But should we take his words for it? Hey, cool. Call in, let's hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts on these headlines for today? The number to call again is 090-8766-8888. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Yes, my name is Apostle Osuna from Apo. So my take this morning, my take goes like this. To reshuffle the cabinet is a very good thing. But to those that are effective, they are not supposed to remove them. Like a week is performing. Only that the president should caution him. The way he is engaged in politics is too much. They only just caution him a bit. And another thing I want to say is this that caption that said that 2,000 policemen to be policing the 200 millions of Nigerians. If they have to increase the number of our policemen, because last time I checked, one woman come to police station for.
I didn't review any headline like that today. I mean, I think that was actually for yesterday.
Okay. Another thing is this: our politics of Nigeria. The presidency should not be appointing us an electoral empire, so that after election there will never be much litigation as we used to see. Because when the presidency are appointing an INEC and they are interested in the election, what do you think that person will do? He will be fighting the presidency. In the end of the day, litigation here and there. So please, if the 10th Assembly will assist us, that presidency should not be appointing an electoral empire. It will go a long way. Thank you for the good work you are doing. My name remains Apostle Osuna from Apo Zamangazaria. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you, man of God. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and location, please.
My name is Honorable Akimbakuku.
Your name is?
Honorable Olukoju from Akimbakuku.
Honorable who?
Olukoju.
Olukoju?
Yes, how are you, ma'am?
Very well, thank you. Please go ahead.
I want to still concern the intervention with he said that the president said that he cannot intervene.
Right.
Concerning the fuel aspect. I think, do you hear me?
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yeah, it's a big problem because we elected the Tinubu to run the administration of the country. But it's very, very unfortunately to say that they cannot intervene. What are the functions to concern the worker going to the work for maybe 1 week? Why it's very bad?
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Olukoku, for your line of thought right there. Yes. This is the pages on Eagles Morning Rise. Of course, it is the breakfast show right here on Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja. Your radio experience you can count on. We're due for a commercial break, and when we come back, of course, the studio lines will still be open for you to call in to share your thoughts. Please stay with us.
Can we play another song?
The good tunes just don't stop.
The good tunes just don't stop.
Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja.
Child Protection Initiative Against Cybercrime, CC Pro, calls on all teens and tech lovers for the 3rd Nigeria Teen Cyber Festival, NG Teen Cyber Fest 2024. Join thousands of young minds as we dive into the future of technology and cybersecurity with the theme From Ideas to Impact, fostering innovation in the age of AI. Meet top tech experts, explore the latest in online privacy, join our hackathon contest, and win fabulous prizes. Date 3rd of October 2024 2024 at the Olumawu School, Wuse 2, Abuja. To participate in the hackathon or main event, please call Bumi on 081-3309-8542 or Zubeiru on 070-6662-4417. NG Teen Cyberfest. Secure, innovate, lead. The future is yours. Supported by Eagles 102.3 FM.
Heroes walk among us, unnoticed, uncelebrated, yet their impact shapes our nation. On the 2nd of October 2024 at 4 p.m., Nigeria will gather to honor the unsung heroes, those who have gone beyond the call of duty to uplift our great nation. Join us at the Nigerian Patriotism Awards at the prestigious Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. Be part of this historic event. Together, let's celebrate the individuals who represent the true spirit of Nigeria. The Nigerian Patriotism Awards 2024, October 2nd, 4 p.m., Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja. Together, we rise. For more information, visit nigeriapatriotism.org or call 0803 059 6162 0703 779 9765.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio. Eagles 102.3.
Right, thanks for staying tuned to Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, your radio experience you can count on. This is the Pages right on the Eagles Morning Rise breakfast show, and I am Omoife Peace or Samara. Well, the studio lines are still buzzing. Please go right ahead and call us. We're actually reacting to the headlines for today. The numbers to call are 090-8766-8888 or 090-7353-0044. You can send a voice note or a WhatsApp message to 090-09-705-4450. Yes, let's hear from you. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. Amaise.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
My name is Abdul, calling from Suleja, Niger State.
Good to have you, Abdul. Please go ahead.
I want to contribute on the issue of Dangote and the NMTC that the president is. I can see the reason why the president cannot intervene. But intervene the time of when they are saying they want to sell crude oil to Dangote. I could remember is the one that gives executive orders that they should sell the crude oil to Dangote in Naira. So why can't he give another executive order so that this fuel will be cheap in the market for the markets to buy? Because I believe in one thing, if the fuel is cheap in the market, other items, the food items, transportation, everything will be cheap. Because if some workers, they cannot even go to work just because of transport. You see, so please, the president should do something on this fuel issue. It's really affecting people, seriously. God bless Nigeria. God bless Eagle FM. Bye.
Thank you very much, Abdul. Right, keep the calls coming in. 090-8766-8888. All right, we actually lost that call. Please do well to call back. Okay, yes. I'll just quickly, go into WhatsApp now to take, some of the messages we have here. This one here says, good morning. Okay. Good morning to you, my sister, Omoife. This is from Samuel from Kuje. He says, congratulations and welcome to another new day. The way and manner the politicians are behaving when it comes to elections is making people not be interested anymore to vote because our votes no longer count. Look at the shame and disgrace in Edo in the name of election. The next thing now is to go to court. How did we get here and where are we going from here? May God make it easy for us in this country in Jesus' name. Amen. Have a fulfilled day, Omoife. Thank you so much, Samuel from Kuje. And to say that our votes no longer count, I think that would, discourage people even further. All right. I think we should try our best, as much as we can, regardless of, the reality on ground. But it shouldn't deter you, from going out to cast your vote. All right. Your vote actually will not count if you keep, having this mindset that your votes will not count. So always go out, when the opportunity, avails itself. Go out, cast your vote, vote your conscience, and vote, competence as opposed to, sentiments. Thank you so much. Sam, morning to you.
Good morning, Efe.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
It's Bright.
All right, Bright. Good morning to you. Thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
EFCC. You are looking for Yaya Bello. You can't see Yaya Bello. Security agents, they are looking for bandits. They can't see bandits. Minister of Economic Affairs. In Nigeria, the economy is improving, yet Nigerians are starving. Mr. Wike, Abuja is developing, yet everywhere potholes and deaths, trees everywhere. Minister of Education, no, unless you reach how many years before you enter university. Minister of Petroleum, I cannot put mouth in anything that concerns petroleum